We are live.
Okay, great. Here we go. We're going to share. No, that's not what we want to do. Good afternoon, folks. Sorry for being late today. We're going to share our screen here in a second. Here we go. Can you ladies see that?
Hack anyone can use to improve vision.
Yes.
So you can...
I just been a kid by the side of the road, watching the world. Well, it's all just a show. Those we looked up to are not who they seem. They flash their symbols in a horrible scheme. We've been lied to about so many things. The television seeps poison as the mockingbird sings. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom now. We just want our freedom now. The movies show part of the plots. Under the surface lies plenty of rots. Many actors play a devious role, made a deal with the devil under mind control. The leaders are blackmailed. They sold us out. Eyes and souls as black as coal. To gain their clout. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom now. We just want our freedom now. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom now. We just want our freedom now. No longer slaves in this human race. Explore the stars and travel space. The history we learned isn't even real. It's been rewritten as part of the deal. We've lived in a psyop, our DNA dumbed down. The world's been run by the cabal, the clowns. They want us divided and uninformed. Our morality gone as part of the norm. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom now. We just want our freedom now. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom now. We just want our freedom now. So raise your mind and join the fight. Unveil the truth from darkness to light. Where we go one. Where we go one. We go all. We go all. We go one. go on. We go on.
Well, that was amazing production, Carol Maureen. Big hand for Carol Maureen over for producing
Two
that.
two
Amazing.
spelling mistakes.
But that's okay. It happens.
Yeah, tarot by
We're
Janine, and then I guess Frenchie is spelt wrong.
well, you can always go back and do it. We can re-upload the new
Yeah.
new version.
Yeah,
I guess this is
exactly.
gonna be the 3 cast today, and just me, you, and Elisa. So I don't know if I know that what's his name had a doctor's appointment, right?
Yeah, Laura's trying to get on. She said she's having a lot of trouble with her electricity.
Oh, okay. I thought that only happens down in Costa Rica. Well, we had a wonderful, wonderful day yesterday. I mean, people weren't registered to be there, but all of a sudden, the show was supposed to start at 1 o'clock. At 1:15, 1:18 or so, the whole place was jam packed. We ran out of chairs. We had to scramble and go to Scotty's office and pick up like 6 more chairs to accommodate everybody. Sure, there was people on the beds and people sitting literally on the floor. That's how packed it was, and people were blown away, literally. So now we're putting together a collage of videos of all the testimonials. The movie should really grow legs because I think the Patriots are going to get behind this one. They get it. They really do.
Yeah.
And so it's an incredible work of art. People praised it. I mean, they were blown away because they didn't know what to expect. You know, I'm new in this arena of documentaries, etc. I made a bunch of small commercials for Staying Alive, my healing center in Cape Canaveral. I made a bunch of small movies for the Quantum Summit, etc. And I guess this is all like, it was like a school of hard knocks, the school of documentary for Mel Carmine to learn and then just, bring in the right team like you guys, because without you guys, this thing would have never gotten off the ground. I mean, that's just plain and simple. But and Nino calls me out of the blue, and he's like, "You call me right now? I'll call you later, whoever you are." But anyway, Nino called me last minute, and he's like, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?" I said, "When?" He goes, "In about 2 hours." I said, "Okay." So again, I was getting ready to drive back home and do it from home with my big chair, but I have a small big chair at the place, and we rigged it somehow, and we put the banner that Amber ordered on Amazon with the Dear Mr. President, and it worked out great. And it turned out to be probably my best. I've done great podcasts with Nino, always, but this it was really funny. I mean, I don't know. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, I did.
It
was great.
Was this
It was a good
I
one.
said, I'm a movie producer now.
Yeah.
I was watching that at 2 o'clock in the morning, reading all the comments. I couldn't find one negative comment. And he's got, I think it's over 50,000 views on his channel.
Yeah.
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 I cannot answer this, whoever this is. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me send this person a message, tell them that I'm on a podcast. Yeah. Live television.
Mel, we should put the link to the Nino video. Do you have that handy? I'll grab it if you don't
Oh,
have it.
yeah, please. Yeah, grab
Yeah.
that.
I'll put it in the comments.
I apologize for the interruption, guys. 1 second. We'll be right back. I want to send this lady the telephone number so that she can call Amber directly. It's one of the people that out of nowhere, a new EE center out of Oregon, called us this morning. They said, "Hey, we got the email. We're on board. We're going to show the movie. We want to show it, 3 nights in a row, etc." So
That's great.
calling, yeah. So I'm going to give her the number real quick, and this way we can go on with the show. Okay, ask for Amber. Okay, very cool. All right, now let me put that on Do Not Disturb, which I should have done earlier. Perfect. Good. So, man, yeah, I don't know. It's like it was all so real, and it was like I didn't know what to expect, And I was like, I hope the people agree with Carol Maureen and everybody on our team. We really put our heart and soul into it, and man, does it show? It's people are talking about it. People said, "Hey, where's the link? We want to share it." The people that were in the actual showing at Staying Alive. So I think this will take on a life of its own, but I don't think it's going to happen fast because nothing really ever happens fast. But I think the people, the Patriots, are going to share it. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for tomorrow. Like Carol and I have been on the phone all day. Well, actually all weekend, right?
Yeah.
Just working on all of this. And it was so cool to say tomorrow's the big day.
Well, if we sound like we're tired, we are. We absolutely are.
Well,
so let me see if there's a few clips that we can share today that I think would be very interesting for the show. Oh, this is definitely good. This is definitely a must watch.
Mel, I don't know what does StreamYard say you can shrink us down so it becomes full screen? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Like Zoom, it does. Like it just takes us off the screen when you're playing videos. It's always good.
Yeah, can you see that? I don't know if I can take you directly off the screen, but
Well,
you see
usually
this one?
in Zoom you can shrink it down.
Yeah.
Shrink all of us down.
People, Edward Big Cajones is the Social Security Administration. Crazy thing is, these were the numbers that people who walked on a cross were given Social Security numbers during the number 46 administration. Here we go, 270,425 in 2021. 590,193 in 22, 964,163 in 23, in 24, 2,095,247. This is treason. Who approved this? Let me guess. Auto pen situation. This is how this happened. If you guys agree with this, smash the heart, leave a comment, drop a follow, FYP, share and repost, because we needed to get to the bottom of this situation. Because there's a lot of people out here that deserve their money, more money, for people who busted their asses for years and years and years to get this to happen to them. We know people out there deserve more money in Social Security. You guys know it, and I know it. Share and repost this all over the place. I would appreciate it. Thank you for all the new followers. Stay blessed.
Yeah, look, when you look at the plan that is being meticulously executed by Donald John Trump right now, I think what's her name dropped off, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, did she? Okay.
So yeah, when you look at the plan that has been meticulously planned out and executed by Donald John Trump, it is a precision military operation. And there's nobody on planet Earth that I think could do it better than he can. I really don't. I really don't think.
Yeah, it's funny. I got a couple of texts, one in particular over the weekend, and somebody said, "Oh my God, what is going on? With Trump and Bill Gates and I mean, I didn't mince any words. I was obviously busy with all this pre-production stuff, so I didn't have a lot of time to get into it. But I just was like, first of all, if anybody's been following any of this stuff for years, we know that there's it's said that Bill Gates is long gone from this earth, right? So whoever it is, whether it's a clone or a CGI or whatever, we don't know. But the point is, why does everybody, especially Trump supporters and patriots, why do they get freaked out every time he's with someone, bad, or anytime something doesn't go the way we think it's going to go, and haven't learned by this point that it's all part of an operation, that it's a psyop of some kind, that he's weeding out bad guys, that he's, there's something more to it than just the face value of what gets reported. I mean, everybody flipped out with the whole Epstein list. What was it, about a month and a half ago? Why isn't he releasing it? Because they have a military strategic reason for everything they do. And you got to give it time. And you can't be a naysayer. You either believe in the plan, believe in him, believe in the military operation, but you can't get so panicked about these things because it's got to play out a certain way.
Yeah. Well, imagine they put big balls now in charge of Social Security, and they're going to look into all the money that's missing there. Oh my God! Can somebody say someone's about to go down? I mean, and people say nothing's going on. Really? You mean the Social Security thing? That's nothing. You mean the 18 billion missing there, and the 79 trillion missing there, and the 4.2 quadrillion missing there? Nothing's going on, right? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's coming out fast and furious. I mean, if you're paying attention, listen, if you're still watching mainstream media, you're gonna have to stop because they're just giving out these narratives for people, to wake people up. All the stuff we're hearing, we've heard years ago, but
Right.
we heard it behind the scenes through Q, through other podcasters who had connections and were getting fed, behind the scenes information. So now it's just playing out so that, the normies can wake up, and they can wake up in a way that, they don't flip out. I was having a conversation, not to digress, and I can't remember who I was talking to, but we had a conversation about how, well, we should just wake all these people up and it doesn't matter, and throw the bucket of ice over their head. But, we have to remember, if the number is somewhere around 20%, right? I think that's what they say, that are actually awake and get it, if it's that high.
Mhm.
And then you've got 80% of the population, not just here in the States, but worldwide. And these people hear stuff that so goes against everything they believe, everything they've been taught, everything that they've put their mind and their heart into. The cognitive dissonance is so huge. So it's not about hurting their feelings. It's about, if these people break down, our entire infrastructure breaks down. You can't have people having nervous breakdowns all over. Who's going to drive the buses? Who's going to work in the stores? Who's going to, that's why they've done this so slow. And I have heard, through multiple sources, that there's a lot of psychiatrists and psychologists involved in the team to help put this out in a way that's going to be able to be metabolized by those people who, unlike us, who weren't, for whatever reason, drawn to know the truth and to keep digging and to, enlighten ourselves. It has to be done in a way. And these psyops, we have to remember that's what they are, and not get freaked out and nervous every time we see Trump with some, supposed bad guy.
Yeah. I'll tell you who's going to be working the farm fields, and who's going to be driving the bus, and who's going to be collecting the tolls on the highway, who's going to be plowing the snow and all of that. Robots.
Yeah, but not right away, Mel. It's not going to happen overnight.
They're building them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at a fever pace right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say is, I was watching a show last night with Joe and Scott from Truth Stream and Patriot Underground, and Mark Abramson, and there was a guy named Ken Rosati. He it's spelled different than Joe's last name, definitely, but I think he's on a newscast in New Jersey somewhere. And Joe asked the question, what do you think about adrenochrome? He knew nothing about it, and like we were shocked. He's he'd heard some stuff, but not about adrenochrome. And they mildly said a few things, and they just said, you research it yourself. We're not going to go into it on the air here. But it was, they lightly said a few things. It's just that people, they're all screaming for the Epstein list, both sides. So good. And the Democrats are screaming for it too. I watch all these things. I watch the other side probably more than this side, It's just because I want to see what they're thinking. And
sure.
we cannot, people are going to be crazy and stabbing each other in the streets if it's not done slowly. You can't just throw a bucket of ice over their head.
That's right. That's right.
Elisa said. And I also, when you said bucket of ice, you know why Trump went on that, what was that, ice challenge? Back in 2012 or something.
Yeah.
Because we could tell he's not a clone because clones, it would short circuit them. You know, if they would have done the water, they can't be in water. So it's how do we know how many clones there are on the planet?
Right. Exactly.
Well,
No,
let's switch gears. Let's switch gears for a second.
Yeah.
I know that Joe was talking to my wife over at Staying Alive regarding going live tomorrow on potentially 45 different channels. Hopefully, all 45 channels have at least 2 friends who are podcasters who can also join forces with us. I told Nino to take the day off and bring his beautiful wife and go hang out in some river stream and relax and take the day off because he works too hard. He's pumping out 8 videos a day. The guy is a fucking machine, like relax, dude. Go take the day off. Play Mel Carmine's documentary. Play the documentary that Carol Maureen and Lisa Valentino had a hand in developing this beautiful art piece, and go and relax. Every podcaster in the world, if they knew how powerful this video is, if they knew what we knew, tomorrow will be like a national holiday. Mel Carmine's birthday becomes a national holiday. Wouldn't that be, and for 24 hours or 48 hours. Go.
With the new streaming, you don't have to even lock up your computer for the day. Well, you can be doing everything else. No, it doesn't go on your computer. It'll go through that streaming.
Oh, perfect.
So it bypasses our computers. That's what we want. And because a lot of people are telling me I got clients all day tomorrow and I need my Zoom and I need this, I need that. So it's going to be great if we get that.
Perfect. So we found the solution. See?
Yeah, 24 hours.
When you put 45 dummies together, you come up with about 2 intelligent people, right?
And then we just phoned Robert Embrielli because he's done it many times.
Awesome.
So he had a solution. So.
Yeah. Well, you see, everybody's got a piece of the puzzle. I don't know. I didn't know about this.
It can go out to 40 different platforms too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's not just. It's 40 different platforms, and you can. I think you can have 40 people on it at one time, like 40 keys, like different channels. 40 podcasters. That's the way I should say it. Right. Not 45, but 40.
So if you wanted another 40, you have to pay another fee for the month, another double the fee.
I don't know about that, but also what can happen too is we can also say if anybody wants it, is just we link it up actually to our placeholder, and it'll automatically play on everyone's channel at 9:00 and like 7:00 my time. And so it goes live. I don't have to do a thing tomorrow. I just have to send in my channel keys. That's how it works.
So when does everybody do this? When do we do this on our channel? This is what
you can do it today.
When do we get that information?
Yeah.
Soon as Amber sets it up, we'll go in. I'll go in and get my RT, there's RT something or others, and it's 2 codes. I send it to Amber. She loads it up in this program. And it'll automatically, when she hits play in the morning, it'll go all out at once.
So if you're already, like myself, for example, if I already have loaded up on my channel the placeholder, it just happens like that?
No, you have to go in and get your keys. And Joe is going to he's going to make a 2-minute video and show you how to do it in
a tutorial video.
Yeah, tutorial in Rumble, YouTube, Vimeo, depends. I don't know which channels he's going to.
But tonight, midnight, everybody will be programmed to go. So after the show, you ladies have your work cut out for you. You have to call, text, and email every single podcaster. I mean, literally burn up their phone, blow up their phone, whatever you got to do. Let's get them on the page. Let's get their RMT, whatever they need, that code from Amber. Amber will program everything. Press the button for 9:00 in the morning, tomorrow morning, and boom, it goes out on 45 channels. Or 40 channels simultaneously.
We'll also know who's running
it. That's pretty cool. Hey, somebody in the chat just asked, how do we know who is going, who these 40 podcasters are? So I just put in the chat the video that we just showed, one of the trailers that we did called The Podcasters that we showed at the beginning of this live. I put the link in there. So if you watch that, you'll see all of the podcasters who are
Right.
part of the movie and who, you know, we're hopeful are all going to be streaming this on their channel tomorrow.
Yeah,
They-
if you,
it's in
go-
order. It's in
Yeah, for
order of where they are in the movie. Also, I mean the
For
documentary.
example, Script Keeper is in the documentary. So if you follow Script Keeper, contact him and break his balls and say, "Hey, are you going to show the movie tomorrow?" If you follow Mark Atwood, contact Mark Atwood, break his balls, and do the same thing.
He said he's going to do 24 hours.
Copy, rinse, repeat. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
hey, I want to show this one video. It's one of my favorite presidents besides Donald Trump. Here we go. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Pay attention and listen, because there are a ton of hidden messages in the El Salvador president's speech. Look.
Financial situation of the United States. When I talk to my conservative friends right here, they always tell me that the problem is high taxes, that they're wrong. Of course, high taxes are extremely high here in the United States. I give you that. You're right in that. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is not the high taxes themselves, but the fact that they are not even really funding the government. But even those high taxes, higher than a lot of places in the world, not even those taxes are really funding the government. So who's financing the government? Government is financed by treasury bonds.
Did you hear it?
Paper. And who buys the treasury bonds?
Federal Reserve.
Mostly the Fed. And how does the Fed buy them? By printing money. But what backing does the Fed have for that money being printed? The treasury bonds themselves. So basically, you finance the government by printing money out of thin air. Someone could ask, well, so if the government can print unlimited amounts of money out of thin air, why did they collect taxes? I mean, in theory, it would make sense, right? If they can print unlimited amounts of money, they need taxes for it. The answer is simple, but it's very shocking. The real problem is that you pay high taxes only to uphold the illusion that you are funding the government, which you are not. It's shocking, but it's true. The government is funded by money printing, paper backed with paper, a bubble that will inevitably burst. The situation is even worse than it seems, because if most Americans and the rest of the world were to become aware of this farce, confidence in your currency would be lost, the dollar will fall, and the Western civilization with it. If the next president of the United States doesn't make the necessary policies and structural changes, sooner or later that bubble will burst. There's still time. You don't have to make the same mistakes we did in the 60s and the 70s. You can still jump before the water boils.
Yeah. That's if you're a frog, you should have jumped a long time ago. But, you know, they slow boil us, you know, into the situation. But he's one of the good guys. I love Bukele. You girls follow him at all?
Yeah.
No, I haven't, but I will now.
Yeah, Bukele is he's the guy that built the prison and put MS-13 and 18th Street Gang and everybody in prison. He's got a facility that holds 42,000 prisoners.
Wow.
And it's not big enough. The people in El Salvador could not walk the streets. The shops were being extorted. People were being robbed. People were being decapitated. People were being raped. I mean, It's guys look with all these tattoos on their face, very intimidating. This guy came into power, said
Yeah.
it's over. He went in with what? The army, which is what is going to happen here in the United States. I hope I'm right. I hope that Donald John Trump unleashes hell on earth with the army, because I think the army is the only way out.
Well,
I think-
I personally think it's already happened. That that a lot of behind the scenes over the last couple of years have said that a lot of what is going on with the cartels in Mexico and some of these Central American countries have not only been their own army, but they've had a lot of help. And of course, there's all military operations, so they're not going to say that and they're not going to put it out there. But I think some of these awful cartels, they literally ran the countries and intimidated everybody, including, all law enforcement. So it's not crazy to think that the alliance, the World Alliance, has been helping in all of this and doing this unbeknownst to the public.
Yeah, Benny Johnson had the stats on this morning that El Salvador is the safest country in the world now. That's since
it is. It's definitely the safest country in all of Latin America.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
they can take all their bars.
Costa Rica is not dangerous, and it's a lot more dangerous than El Salvador.
No,
Now, did you see this breaking news about Obama today on Fox?
No.
It's a big deal. I saw it earlier, and I'm trying to find it right now. I'm trying to figure out how to link it here, so we could show it.
This was today.
Today, yeah. Pam Bondi. It's about Obama, the election interference, the alleged assassination attempts.
That was today? I thought that was over the weekend. I heard all that.
I posted one of my big groups here with all podcasters. I got like 21 podcasters in one group.
Okay, because I had seen something over the weekend. I don't know if it was X or somebody's podcast talking about that. Pretty major stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's hard if you've been following this for the last 5 or 6 years and following military intelligence. It feels like oh yeah, when we're hearing it on mainstream, because it's more of a movie than anything else. But thank goodness they're starting to now. We're getting up to that part of the movie where we're showing this.
Yeah.
Obama impeachment live. America in shock. Obama arrest and impeachment to rock USA.
I think that's the one. Can you put it in the private chat and I'll play it?
Just give me a second here.
Is Pam Bondi? Is it on Fox News?
No, it was YouTube, and it was Tulsi Gabbard.
Okay. Yeah, that's who it was. She was talking at the podium.
Yeah.
Send it. I'll play it.
Yeah, I have to send it to myself because I was looking on my phone.
Yeah. This is a pretty big deal.
Mm-hmm.
The arrests have to happen. They have him dead rights to center. I don't know what's taking so long. The American people are losing their patience. They don't.
Mel, I just don't know if I agree with that. I think we're losing our patience. I think the awakened are losing their patience. I'm around people all day in sort of the real world. They don't seem very bothered.
They have no clue what's going on.
Well, that's my point. So if you release this stuff too early, I'm not saying now is too early, but if you release this stuff too early, he looks like a dictator, right? So enough has to come out so that when these arrests do happen, but I don't see too many people bothered. Like
he's got 3 years and a couple of months left. It's going to go fast.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't. A lot of people are just totally. They don't watch any news. They don't have any clue. So I don't know how long this one is.
Listen, I've been talking about XRP for a really long time to people I know, right? Mm-hmm. As soon as President Trump put it in that bundle that was, to be traded, right? All of a sudden, they're like, oh, yeah, now I'm interested. The point I'm making is that they don't follow what's going on, and they have to wait until it's on the news.
Yeah.
So I'm not so sure that the American public or the world stage is waiting the way we are. We're sick of it. We're
Yeah.
ready.
But if you watch the deltas, the Q deltas, it's almost daily. It's exactly the way the plan is, because we got to
Yes.
do everything twice, because
Yes.
we're unwinding the spell in if you studied any witchcraft, you have to do it twice.
Yes.
And you got to
Reporting
reverse the spell.
would have exposed
Yeah.
the ICA's claim as implausible, if not ridiculous.
This is a replay of
The
the lie.
intelligence community assessment omitted reliably sourced information, such as how some Russian intelligence officials were quote unquote planning for candidate Hillary Clinton's victory, while others assessed neither Trump nor Clinton would respect Russia's interests. As was reflected in the ODNI documents that we released on Friday, multiple intelligence community assessments released in the months leading up to the November 2016 election concluded that Russia had neither the intent nor capability to impact the outcome of the US election. On December 5th of 2016, the FBI and ODNI gave the House Intelligence Committee its first post-election classified briefing, in which there was no mention of Putin aspiring to elect Trump by either agency. The Presidential Daily Brief, drafted on December 8th of 2016, stated that no Russian or criminal actors impacted vote counts. This document was pulled just hours before it was to be published due to quote unquote new guidance. If it had been published, it would have been briefed to both President Obama and President-elect Donald Trump. On December 9th, 2016, a National Security Council meeting was called to gather President Obama's senior national security officials, which included CIA Director Brennan, then Obama DNI James Clapper, Susan Rice, and others. Following that secret meeting, DNI Clapper's assistant sent an email to the intelligence community with the subject line, POTUS tasking on Russia election meddling, tasking ODNI leaders to create a new assessment per the president's request. The House Intelligence Committee oversight report that we released today reveals that, quote, unlike routine intelligence community analysis, the intelligence community assessment was a high-profile product ordered by the president, President Obama. It directed senior intelligence agency heads and created an intelligence community assessment limited to just 5 analysts using one principal drafter. This is not something that occurs in the normal path of producing an intelligence community assessment that reflects the views across the intelligence community. The production of this intelligence community assessment was subject to unusual directives directly from the president and senior political appointees, especially the former director of the CIA, John Brennan. The House Intelligence Committee oversight report also shows.
Well, you know, look,
Yeah.
John Brennan, from what I understand, he already skipped town, didn't he?
I don't know if he really skipped, but yeah. But however, what I would suggest to the listeners is your show with Juan O'Savin is an excellent one for you guys to watch if you haven't caught it, because he does a beautiful job outlining a lot of what happened and talking about how Brennan was the one who was involved in creating, sorry about the dog barking, creating all of the documentation that showed Obama's birth certificate, that showed his going to Columbia, going to Harvard, and where, people that were in Columbia, for example, in the program he was in, I think there were only like 23 people in the entire program, and everyone said, we don't even know this guy. So that interview to me was really excellent, because a lot of what's coming out, Juan actually talks about in that interview and draws a beautiful chronology of how all of that happened, Brenner's part and Clapper's part in that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, at the end of the day, think about this for a second. They concocted this whole freaking bullshit story out of thin air, Russian collusion. The guy that can't fill 5 circles in his backyard wins against the guy that fills 4 stadiums, especially towards the end of his campaign, the last 3 weeks. He would fill up 4 stadiums with 80,000 people in the stadium and 79,000 people outside watching it on a Megatron. Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Seriously?
how many of us watched every live? I watched every.
Do you realize that there are people that still believe that the guy with the 5 circles won fair and square? Do you realize how dumb these fucking people are?
Yeah, well, what about the one where there was 5 Jeeps, all the same brand with dealer plates on it, and that was his audience because nobody, you know, to keep 6 feet apart, you know, they were
Oh, yeah.
seeing their cars. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I mean, I've been very outspoken about the fact that I do not believe that any of these guys are roaming around or have escaped. I think this was all done years ago. I think when the coup took place against our now president in 2020, I think these guys were rounded up. You know, whether it was Brennan, whether it was Clapper, whether it was Comey. And I can't speak to the fact of whether they are still walking the earth somewhere in a prison or if they've already, you know, gone to their maker. But it's very hard for me to believe that's what was going on. This was a military operation. You know, this was the dash in 45 to 47 that was going on, you know, during all the time they had us looking over there, you know, at the crazy scamdemic that was going on. And so whether they are playing out all this stuff or not, I just think we are, for the most part, in a much safer place. But now it has to be revealed and people have to understand just how terrible it really was. By the way, Mel, I just got a text from our friend David Potter, and he said that he would very much like to donate to financially support the documentary. So I told him to go to our dearmrpresident.net. Yeah, so a big thanks out to David.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That means a lot to us because, you know, at the end of the day, the pen is mightier than the sword, and we're going to get our story out. We have developed a talent because under pressure by default, we had no choice but overnight to become from pizza guys to being, you know, ragtag journalists, from secretaries or homemakers to ragtag journalists. I think we're doing a pretty damn good job of it. And please do not come at us with this, oh, you guys are great patriots, like we're making a lot of money. Let me tell you something. When I travel, the airline doesn't say, oh, Mel, you're just a ragtag journalist, you know, wannabe journalist, patriot, so we're going to give you the $69 flight. You know, they charge me the same to fly on that plane that the guys who are lying to you, making $4 or $5 million a year, sitting in first class with a fucking attitude, thinking they have arrived and that they're better than everybody and that they can walk on water. See, if you want this ragtag army to win, you want us to be well funded. You know why? Because at the end of the day, we're trying to bring you the truth. Those guys are allowed to make $5 million a year driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis, living high above their standard of living. Okay. And we're not allowed to make $1 million to bring you the truth. Listen, when we travel is expensive. Rent the cars. They'll say, oh no, yeah, hey, you're a wannabe struggling podcaster. We're going to give you the car for $12. No, I got to pay $79 or $69 a day, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to pay for 3 squares. I got to pay for hotels. This is not cheap, folks. And for us to win the war, you want to make sure that this ragtag army of podcasters who are doing the best that they can are well funded.
Well, a lot of them have 1 and 2 full-time jobs on top of it.
Exactly.
And podcasting at night just to stay alive, because it costs a lot of money to run programs.
Yeah. I mean, you think I make enough money here on YouTube? I'll show you. I mean, I made $6,000, maybe not even $5,589 in the last 5 years on Rumble. Give me a break.
Yeah. And many of us, you know, aren't making anything, or people that have been taken down, you know, they lost a lot of their income. But, you know, Carol, you and I were talking about this, that how our whole team, when we're doing this, we can't run our other businesses, right? Like your institute, my coaching practice, you have to make that choice because we're doing this as a labor of love, as a patriot, as an American, to get this project going and to be out there and be on, you know, the different podcasts that we're on. Like, we'll be done with this. I'm going on Ron's show tonight, Ron Partain, to, you know, talk about the documentary. So we do, you know, you have to, I think a lot of podcasters, you know, when they have their sponsors, or we have people in the description box, you know, like, oh, they're making money. Well, that's how we make money. If we make money doing
Yeah,
that, you know.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's play
it's,
this one real quick. This one's a really good one.
A lot of people don't realize that the presidential election that just occurred in the inauguration process is a lot bigger than we can even imagine. And let me break that down. So back in 1871, our country, America, was sold by our president, Ulysses S. Grant, to basically the royal family. We became owned. We lost all sovereignty, all freedoms, all constitutional rights. We became what is called a USA Incorporated business entity. Now, what does that have to do with anything today? So many of you just watched the inauguration and things that took place, and a lot of things stood out. And the biggest one was realizing that Trump actually has never left, quote unquote, office. You see, there's two presidents. There's two types of worlds that we're living in. One that is fake, one that is built unconstitutionally, one that is based on certain laws, one that is based on corruption and manipulation, and based pretty much in a foreign occupation territory known as Washington, D.C. And Washington, D.C. also works in coordinates with the Vatican and also the royal family. And then you tie in all other places where the deep state operates to control and depopulate the world. Sounds aggressive, right? On the other timeline, there's a constitutional republic. And this is why you've seen Trump wear these hats that said 45-47. He never left. It looks like he did. It looks like he had to resign or step away for Biden to come in. But the whole Biden administration was just to wake the world up to how corrupt these people are. You have to zoom out. This whole process, the last 8 years you've been seeing, more than that, has literally been a global military operation. How, what, and why? To wake up the public, to restore back our Constitution, to transfer power from a centralized, corrupt, globalist, New World Order, deep state government back into the hands of the people. And so what you have just witnessed and what you are going to continue to see from what's happening at the border, what's happening in our economy, what's happening in pharmaceuticals, what's happening in banking, what's happening in DC and politics, which is now no longer and is a bankrupt corporation, we are becoming sovereign and free as a country. We're turning power back to the people. This is the most amazing time to be alive. The best is truly yet to come. And when Trump says the golden age, that is beyond what most of us can even comprehend. To get to these places, though, we have to wake up. We have to zoom out and connect the dots and realize this whole time we've been lied to, living under this corporation where we are the employees and the government has been our boss, when reality, these roles should have been flipped since day one. I pray that you stay peace. I pray that you stay grounded. I pray that you share this and really start to look into things of how this corporation has been dissolved, how the power is going to be returning back to the people. And when you start to connect these dots, when you zoom out, you'll realize that nothing can truly stop what is coming. And the best is truly yet to come.
That video says it all so perfectly. Is there a way you could put that link in the comments? Because I think that's a perfect video for people to share on their social media, to share. I mean, he just says it so concisely. He's got documents. He's talking about factual events and people. And I that's what we've been saying in one way or another on this show.
Yeah.
And if people want to hear if people want the big picture, go to Rumble on Good Line TV. And Nick, Good Line TV, he's got the whole documentary called The Greatest Show on Earth. And it is from that whole.
I got my inspiration from that guy.
Yeah.
Nick Alvear. Yeah.
But, you know, Melania was wearing a magenta dress at the sword dance, right? And that's royalty. And I think Trump, either he had a purple tie or a red, I can't remember. But something the other day, they were all wearing purple ties. And it was, you know, it's, because it's all
one day when they wear no ties, remember?
Yeah.
Yep, that was to let us know that the majority of the work was done.
Yeah. The noose is now let go, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Who looks like Jesus?
The guy that was in the video.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
The image.
Who is this? You guys miss me yet? Who is this? Chris Anderson? What is that? Who is that?
Oh, he could be talking to the other people in the chat. The chats are usually the most fun too.
Yeah.
You get to know a lot of people. And
yeah, guys, if we sound like we're tired, we are absolutely exhausted. especially me. So I apologize. I'm not the energetic, kind of guy today. I apologize. And
Yeah,
it's got energy pills. I'm just booped.
And from me and Carol's standpoint, if there's anybody else, we are having the screening tomorrow, right? Which is going to be live streamed all over. But anybody else who has a small group or a venue or an organization, please let us know, because just because a lot of us are seeing it tomorrow doesn't mean that we still don't need to have lots of other people seeing it. So this isn't the end. It's just the beginning. If you have people, places, groups, organizations that want to do a streaming, please let us know. And
How do they get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me. You can call me at 516-493-1742. Or best way is really to text me. Text me first. Tell me what it's about, and then we'll chat.
And there's one of my favorite guys on the entire internet. I just love this guy. I don't think, if everybody's like Mel Carmine, you can't get enough of this guy. He's just like, he's like that delicious Italian bread that when you go to an Italian restaurant and you just want to eat bread and then the entree comes and you're full. That's just,
And he's the nicest guy.
Nicest guy.
This morning, ending cash bail all across the nation. No more just going to jail and getting out for free. Yeah, not going to happen anymore, because without that bail, you have no incentive to come back. So nobody was ever coming back to court, and they just keep racking up crimes, and then there's fucking have to serve a warrant nowadays until you get caught with a warrant that you finally get picked up. That's a fucking win. Also, sign an executive order. If you burn an American flag from now on, that is 1 year in jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Federal pound you in the ass prison. I'm a fan. I like that shit. If we're gonna not be able to burn the Israeli flag, you can't burn the American one either. I guess that's like a give take there, right? He also talked about sending in the National Guard to Chicago to clean up the crime. 11 days now in DC, this many murders. That hasn't happened in he said something like 100 years. 100 years, every other day in the last years there's been a murder in DC. Now, this many. New National Guard rules. There's going to have new training in all National Guards for crowd control and policing situations. Sounds like he's going to fucking send them in everywhere, but I didn't catch anything about going into Chicago. He talked about it, and they need it. Clearly they need it. That's fucking Chicago murder land. Yeah, it's a no-go zone, but that's every blue city. So here we go. He also talked about fucking eliminating the Chinese carp. The Chinese carp. No, there's this big carp. They jump out of the fucking water. They're an invasive species. They're absolutely fucking up all of everything. But he says until fucking Pritzker asks him to come in and solve the Chinese carp fucking problem, he won't do it. It's fucking wild shit. All around, great day, great news. This is fucking what we voted for. Keep giving it to him, Trump. We clean these fucking blue shithole cities up. To the rest of you, good luck. Long live the Republic.
Oh, Harry closes it. Long live the Republic.
Yeah, everybody.
That's a patriot right there. They don't get any better. If you don't think that Mel Carmine is going to go to South Dakota and hang out with Ron and this dude doing a podcast, I'll have Ron right there in the stable. It'll be fun.
Ron the Bull.
Yeah, Ron the Bull.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to do that. Whenever he says, okay, I'm free, let's go. Let's do it. I'm on a plane going over there.
He's still got all his car shows going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Mel, I just want to let everyone know, I don't know if we said it in the beginning, but we'll say it again. We are putting together a beautiful collage video of all the testimonials from when Mel and Amber did their screening yesterday at Staying Alive in Cape Canaveral. So hopefully we'll have that by tomorrow, right?
We can play a couple of them right now just to give them a taste of these are true blue, red-blooded Americans, the best of the best. They don't get any better. They just don't. And so let's share the screen real quick. Here we go. I want to go right to one of my favorites, which is my friend here.
Good afternoon. My name is Kevin King.
Is he doing it? Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm Sandy King. And we just saw
Kevin and
Dear
Sandy.
Mr. President. And what an incredible film that Mel and Amber put together for us. Oh my goodness.
Our country is in bad shape right now. And everything about Dear Mr. President needs to be seen by every individual, every patriot in this country.
And our wonderful president, our President Donald J. Trump. He's the one that really needs to see it.
Amen.
And know what's going on. I know he knows what's going on, but
It's a travesty of justice being censored like this. And this is truly something that needs to be seen by everybody.
thank you.
Yeah, these are special people. They come to our center all the time. They live up in Titusville. Amazing. This is Doc, right? You know who Doc is?
Yes.
That's his daughter.
Love it.
Hey, my name's Andrea, and I absolutely love the documentary. It's refreshing to see and hear like-minded people that feel the same way as we do, and I hope this documentary goes far and wide.
Yeah, Doc's daughter.
Who's Doc?
Oh, it's a secret. We're not allowed to say. It's
Okay.
He's just an associate of ours.
Well, I just thought
highly-
the Time Is Now podcast. His name is Doc too. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just amazing. Let's see. This guy. He's awesome.
Hi, I'm Chuck. I just like to say that the video was done very well. They covered everything. All of the censorship that we've experienced over the last 6 years has been absolutely unbelievable. Kicked out of channels, a way to get into a channel. Can't produce any type of information because they wouldn't even let you into YouTube. It's been crazy. Mel did a great job reaching out to the president to tell him how bad it is. It hasn't stopped. It's in most aspects probably gotten worse since back then. I know it was it was bad back in COVID days, but it's still bad now.
Yeah, Chuck is a special guy. He resembles what's his name? Jeff Bezos from Amazon. I did a really funny skit with him.
Yeah, I saw that. We saw that.
Yeah, and he is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to this new financial facelift that we're all about to get. He ties it all into the 17th movement. He ties it into Donald Trump and his kids. He ties it into the Army and Space Force and the Galactics. Your guys that understand this stuff and how all the dots connect, we're going to be doing workshops with Chuck, Mark, and Brian. You saw Brian doing a testimonial at the beginning before we hit the go live button on stage at Staying Alive, probably every 8-10 weeks or so. Staying Alive is going to become an eventful place. There's going to be events there every weekend, sometimes twice every weekend. And people want to know about the quantum financial system. And don't put your money in the quantum wallet, and do not register your XRP. Those are all scams. Okay, you have to register your XRP in the quantum financial system. Once you move your money, kiss it goodbye. I can't get it back for you. It's over. Okay, I never seen a thief give refunds. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now that everybody's going to want to come to Cape Canaveral and watch these guys on stage because they're all on the same page. I'm sort of like the guy who chose all the guys who were in the show Jersey Shore. I know personalities and I know what they talk about and say, okay, these three guys will go good together. I'm telling you, this is going to be a trifecta.
Yeah.
This is going to be people want to know. People are scared. I get that. Okay. And it's still difficult. They want to keep it difficult because they want to keep you guys out from this biggest transfers of wealth. But you start hanging out with these guys, it's really not that hard. It's just a couple of buttons you got to press and then just put your money in your wallet and go back about your business. And when they call us, voila, okay? There's going to be a lot of people that, listen, generational wealth. I believe there are going to be people coming out of this wealth transfer that are going to become trillionaires. some even multi-trillionaires.
Mhm.
They'll be worth, hey, I'm worth $3 trillion. Okay. And I can tell you that there are people that are going to be so wealthy that their interest from putting their money into these AMMs, automatic money makers, and staking, legitimate, where you're going to put your money with Cardano or Stellar or Ripple, etc., and legitimate operations where you're getting a fraction of a percentage, but because you got so much money playing, you're making 20, 30 million, $40 million a month. Do you understand? Do you get what's getting ready to happen?
Yeah.
When you get that kind of money coming in, you don't have a choice. You have to start a humanitarian project almost every month. What are you going to do? What are you going to spend it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's
the technology that they have, for example, flying cars, it's outdated. Even though the car could get you from Miami to Manila in about 34 minutes, it's outdated because they have the teleportation technology. My good friend Gary Frenchy, who has 2.5 million people on his channel, said it. Okay, and the people who were talking were military people telling you about the teleportation.
Wow.
You understand?
Yep.
It's
I was going
over.
to say we can teleport.
Yeah, teleportation is real.
Yeah.
They've had
Yeah.
it since 1962. I was born in 63 and shitting in my diapers. They had it back then. Okay?
They've had a lot.
Ferraris, that's like horse and buggy. That's like the Model T Ford was like a space shuttle compared to the horse and buggy.
Just like they built buildings with frequencies and sound. They could never make those churches and massive buildings with dirt roads and horse and buggy. You see a massive cathedral with all
built all
stained
these
glass
pyramids
and
all over the internet with like one billionth of an inch fraction of error.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Right.
So, Elisa, I know you have to go. So, yeah.
Yes, I got to go too.
Where, Elisa? What show can people find you on next?
Well, tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, I'm going to be on Untold History with Ron Partain. We're going to be once again talking about the Dear Mr. President documentary. We're going to show some of the trailers. Yeah, that's the next for tonight until go day tomorrow.
Yeah, we got a lot to do before then. And also, I'm on iHeartRadio tomorrow with Nancy Addison. So I think it's at 3:30 Eastern, something like that.
Yeah. Now, if you guys want to get yourself some XRP before the price does, one day you're going to wake up, whether it's 2 years from now or 2 months from now or 22 months from now, nobody knows. But one day you're going to wake up and you're going to say, I should have listened to Mel Carmine. He was trying to get me to buy XRP and it was only $3.
Yeah.
And you didn't buy it. It's like going back in time right now, knowing, that Bitcoin is over 110,000, 112,000, whatever it is. Okay. If you knew what you know today and you can go back to 2009 when Bitcoin was $3, the price of XRP today, how many Bitcoins would you buy? You would liquidate everything short of your wife. Well, some people might liquidate their wife too.
They might. That's true.
So, yeah, I mean, we're all moving forward to a beautiful, beautiful time. And let's really celebrate Mel tomorrow with his birthday.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do for your birthday?
I don't know. Maybe I'm going to go for a couples massage with my wife and hold her hand while they're deep tissuing my body. There's a lot of body these days, But if you want to get the XRP, guys, only $10,000 or above, okay? 786-704-8817, 786-704-8817. Do not call me to chit chat. If you're lonely, get yourself a puppy, okay? I don't have time to chit chat. And don't send me a bunch of videos. I get like 18,000 videos a week, literally. No bullshit. Yeah. So, but 10,000 is the minimum. There is no maximum. Okay, I got customers that have private jets that buy millions of dollars at a clip. So And when you call in, we'll give you the instructions. We'll qualify you, even though I'm not a financial planner. I'm going to ask you how much money you make, how much money you got coming in every month, how much your expenses. Do you have any 401ks? Do you have any extra homes? Are they paid off? How many automobiles you own? I ask you all. I'm very thorough. I'm not going to hand you over to the firm and then you waste their time because they don't want to waste their time. You understand? That's how we do it here. We do it very professionally. So thank you so much, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. DearMrPresident.net, DearMrPresident.net. Go there, watch it. If you got an extra $10, donate. If you don't, that's okay. The movie's on house. At least move it out there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.